This is the Marvel Legends series, Marvel's The Unbelievable Gwenpool. The figure is part of the Spider-Man Lizard Build-A-Figure wave for 2018. And this is the figure, one of the figures that I have been anxiously waiting to get for 2018. And there she goes. It's not her fault. She can stand up easily. It's just that the paper I have yet to replace the paper matting on my review desk, so it's been very unstable and all that. But if you read the comic books, then you probably know this reference or something like that. But enough of this foolishness for now, pun intended. Talk about the packaging. Here it is, Marvel Legends Gwenpool. On top it says G, her logo. Some nice comic book artwork right there. Photoshopped artwork right here. Very nice. Shows you some of the features of the figure. Marvel's Lizard. This is a Spider-Man wave for 2018. And, well, Gwenpool, I don't know why she's been put here with the Spider-Man wave. She had a brief encounter with Miles Morales in the comic book, so I guess that makes her part of the Spider-Verse universe. I don't know. Lizard, obviously. Prowler, yep. Spider-Punk. Spider-Man Noir. Jessica Drew, Mysterio, and Toxin. Oh, sorry, Lasher. What am I saying? Toxin, Lasher. So all of these figures have a piece that will build the Lizard. I don't plan on getting the entire set. As you well know, I've been trying to get out of Marvel Legends collecting. Been just picking out figure here and there. I will be getting Jessica Drew soon. Her latest outfit is this one. Spider-Gwen has the tail of the Lizard. And I won't be building the Lizard, sadly. I've already sold off my entire pool of Spider-Man villains. And so yeah, here is Gwenpool, the figure, finally. And if you've been following me on my hauls and all that, I've been a very, very big Gwenpool fan. I've been reading up on the comic books and whatnot. I've been getting the pops here and there, so was really excited to finally get this particular figure. Now let's talk about, why don't we do some let's talk about the accessories first. So she's got a backpack which acts as also a scabbard or sheath or sword holder. And she comes with these two katanas, which we've already seen with Deadpool and Psylocke. So nothing new there. It's just been painted nice. Wolverine. So it fits nicely right there. Albeit they are a little bit too big, I think, for her. She uses smaller katanas, but Hasbro decided just to repurpose some katanas. Before we go to her detail, let's talk about more accessories. She's got an alternate head. This one is the one that has the tongue sticking out. Very, very cool design. Yep, easily pop that off and replace it with this one. Very cool. Okay. She's got several pairs of hands. She's got 3 pairs actually. The one that she has is like the photograph or selfie pair of hands. You do that peace sign. And then she has this cell phone hand. This is the one that she uses to hold her iPhone, I believe, or Android. Yep. And the phone is very, very small, easy to lose, and it's very, very thin. Man, look at how thin that is. Okay. She also comes packaged with this like heart-shaped hands that form the heart shape, like this. The heart-shaped hand. She comes packaged this way. Interesting. Quite useless, but if if you read the comic books, this is so cool. Look at that. This is the first time I've seen Hasbro Marvel Legends figure actually have something like this. But not even Deadpool has it. Okay. And finally, she's got the the gripping hands, the pistol grip hands, which obviously she can use to hold the swords. And it's a shame they didn't give her some ammunition or some guns to hold, but luckily I do have some leftover guns from some of the Marvel Legends I have, like the Punisher and whatnot. And she can hold some guns, and this just looks really nice. Oh, come on. Look at that. That is just Gwenpool. Very, very nice. All right, talking about the details of the figure itself. I'll give you a close-up on that. Very, very nice paint apps. There's a lot of white, but surprisingly, there's not a lot of issues. Sure, there's some inconsistencies. Matte white here, shiny white here, pearlesque white here. A little bit of an inconsistency there, but doesn't really matter. I'm pretty okay with it. I think it works well. If you're not, you don't nitpick too much, it'll work well. The hands have been painted white, matte white. I mean, it was more matte overall, but yeah. She is lacking some white paint apps here on her shoes. And I will show you this. This is a Gwenpool pop, and as you can see, that's how the shoes should look like. Very accurate, this one. It's like a whole sneaker with white soles, and Hasbro seemed to have run out of budget to paint her sneakers, and it should have been like that. But everything else is very, very accurate, so very nice. Lipstick, I'm not sure if she really wore a lot of lipstick in the comic book. And that's really the thing, the detail. Okay, let's just finish the details. She's got this pistol belt or pouch belt, which looks like that. Got that G symbol on it, very nice. Some details on it. This is not a molded in piece, a separate piece that they put there. The backpack is a separate piece. I'm sure you can remove it if you force it out like that. I'm not gonna do it. It's on tightly. You can if you wanted to. You can strip off that backpack right there. Yep, everything else very nice. Some socks, pearlesque knee pads or shin guards. Flesh tone, a little bit dirty on my copy. But that's fine. I think it's white plastic that they painted flesh. Well, I wish they could have molded it in flesh plastic. That would have been really nice. This one is painted as well. We got some silver here and there. Very, very nice. Overall, the paint apps are very, very acceptable. Not a lot to complain about. Okay. One final detail I want to talk about before we go to articulation is that the figure kind of feels a little bit too old for Gwen. If you read the comic books, she's just fresh out of high school. Decided not to go to college, just decided to bum around. And I was sort of expecting that they would use a much younger body like Gwen. Instead, they used it. It feels like she's a little bit too mature for her age here, and especially the head sculpt, as you can see. In the comic book, she was fun, kooky, and this is a little bit too risque, and it's a small thing. I'm not whining about it, complaining too much about it. It's fine. Quite acceptable. Like I said, it should be a couple of years younger. Would have been nice if they'd use something like this, but Hasbro's made some decisions, maybe more details would be better for this kind of body. They want a new mold, all that. Not complaining too much. And finally, here she is with Deadpool. And I'm pretty sure a lot of these action figures, Marvel Legends collectors, decided to pick up this figure because they probably think it's a female version of Deadpool. I could be wrong, but well, the comic book isn't doing great. It's doing okay, but not great. So I'm guessing a lot of comic book fans have not really accepted or picked up the comic book as much as maybe I have. I mean, I've collected every single issue of it, and I'm really enjoying the comic book. But for the unlettered or the uninitiated, Gwenpool has nothing to do with Deadpool. She did fight Deadpool, and Deadpool realized who she was, and she got creamed, and they decided to work things out, and they worked it out, and they're okay. But there was an instance that Deadpool did appear in the comic book, but got nothing to do with Deadpool. The only similarities they have is probably the outfit. You get to see some similar details in that, the shin guards and all that. The hood, yes. But that's it. Oh, and both comic books do break the fourth wall, so that's the only similarities. But in reality, Gwenpool, if you're not familiar, was somebody who's been reading up all these comic books, and she's from a world where there are no superheroes, no supervillains, just a bunch of just regular world where there are a lot of comic books, the Marvel comic books, and she's been reading up every single one. She's very familiar with the comic books. And somehow she gets transported into the Marvel universe, into the world of the comic book she's been reading in. And she just can't believe it. She's a part of the superhero world, supervillain world, if you could also say that. And I guess her superpower is that she knows every single thing about the characters of the Marvel universe because she's been reading up on them. She knows their secret identities, their weakness, their plots, what the writers have been writing about them, how they are either a foil or a hero or whatever. She knows every literary thing about the characters in the Marvel universe because she's read up on the Marvel universe. Sorry, I forgot to do this. She can put her phone right here. Why don't we just do that? Okay, so we don't lose that phone. But yeah, that's exactly her superpower, and she does talk to the audience. And spoiler alert, if you haven't read the comic books, sorry, but I have to say this. Her latest power is she's been able to jump out of the comic book and into the pages of her past, present, and future and whatnot. So she's been able to leap out of the comic page and literally breaking the fourth wall. So, does she belong to our world? Apparently not. Apparently she belongs to a world much like ours, but also a fictional world. So, anyway, so that's that. Nothing much to spoil about it. I'm sure everybody's figured that one out. Yeah, she's got this, what is this? The penguin backpack. Very, very cool. She's got several backpacks in the past, and this is one of them. Very, very nice. Articulation for the figure. She's got a ball jointed neck that's on a hinge. She's got a ball jointed upper torso, ball hinge shoulders, ball hinge elbows, 90 degrees, ball hinge wrists, ball jointed hips, thigh swivel, double jointed knees that go up there, no calf swivel, ball hinge ankles with the rocker joint. So very, very cool. I want to give this figure a 10 out of 10 because I'm very biased about the character and very, very pleased with the figure. If you're trying to hunt her down at retail, well, she's packed 2 per case, so you might not have a difficult time. Very difficult. A lot of collectors are probably going to be gunning for her. Here in Manila, chances are you'll probably find her in a hobby shop, sold as a set, or priced a little bit over retail. But best of luck finding her on retail. A great, great figure. If you're a big fan of the Marvel Legends line, this is one figure you have to pick up. If you really care nothing about her, don't know anything about her, you've not picked up a comic book, I would suggest you just skip the figure and just leave the figure for the actual fans of the character. So there you go, folks. I hope you've enjoyed this little figure. Marvel Legends series, the unbelievable Gwenpool. Thanks for watching.